Well, hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and podcast number 99. Holy crap, we're actually there. Podcast 99. That's amazing. Anyway, so what's up, everybody? Yeto's here. He's the first one here, beside me. JD, he's a ladies' man, and he's made from a can. I need to see you freestyle that, dude. Sean's a dry. Hey, Bill, did you hear about Meet the Skrulls? Yes, I did. I think also from you. What's up, Yeto? How you doing? Sports Collector 3, the GOAT. Am I the greatest of all time, or are you just making fun of my beard? Because either way, I'm good with it. 6, what's up, dude? Chewy 13, hey, what's going on? So, what's happening, everybody? Our sarcasm, hey. So, yeah, you guys might notice the Becky Lynch image, just, because Becky Lynch is freaking awesome. Alright, so Sean, do you think Meet the Skrulls can be the next Vision? Anything could be the next Vision, you know what I'm saying? Just question is, boom, let's see it. Let's see the next Vision. I kind of want to do a spotlight and story on the Vision one of these days, that 12-issue series, but more on that in a little bit. Bitter Taste. Hey, Professor, changed my name. I'm still Nigel. Oh, Nigel. Oh, for crying out loud. Nigel Red, right? Excuse me. Sports Collector 3. Haha, no, you're my favorite YouTuber. Nice. Thank you. That's the kind of thing I like. You know what's so funny? I'm going to be totally I'm pure honest. I talk about my life. I talk about whatever because I just want to be that real dude. There are times I generally think to myself, you know what, this channel isn't going anywhere. Why am I bothering? I should quit. And I'm serious when I say this. I actually thought about that yesterday. Like, just every so often you just see like the numbers dip, the viewership dips, whatever. I'm just like, you know what, maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe it's whatever. Maybe it's just nothing's happening. So, But, yeah, and I just think to myself, no, idiot, what's the same advice that you give to everybody who contacts you and says, hey, man, I want to make it in the business. What do I have to do? And I always tell them the same advice. You got to stick with it. So I had to take my own advice. Dude, I'm serious when I give that advice. That's me talking about me. So definitely I passed that off. Let's see. Viclops, what's up, dude? Bitter Taste, feed cut out for me, so I'm a repeat. Have you ever read anything with Nate Gray in it? Yes, Sean, I have. In fact, just recently, the Cable had a Nate Gray story in it, and I was talking about some of the other Nate Gray stories that I'd read. Excuse me. Oh, never mind, Nigel Red. Yes, you were Nigel Red. Yeto, Growing Pains, man, gotta stick with it. I think your content is great, thank you. Sorry, guys, wife came home with some shawarma, and I was just like, ooh, shawarma, and it was like 7 minutes before showtime, so I'm like, just shoved it in my hand really quick. I barely grabbed a spoon. I'm like, I could just wash my hands. No, wash my hands might take a minute, so let me just grab the spoon and just shoving stuff in my face, so I got kind of like hiccups right now. Anyway, 6, don't quit, please, I need you. What's up, dude? Or you could sell out for the Comicsgate crowd. Nah, man, I'll stick with this. What's up, Sebastian? Yeto, don't do that. No, I'm good. I'm good here. You know what? Tomorrow morning, I think at 3 o'clock in the morning, I've got a. I already threw them away. The previews magazines. There's the DC preview, not the DC Nation, but the DC preview, the Marvel preview, and then the previews, which has all of them in it. I did the. I only did it once before, or a couple times before, whatever. But I went through the magazines and I recorded it, and it should drop at 3 o'clock in the a.m. I think it's like 50 minutes long. I can't remember, but anyway, I just go over like all the new stuff coming out, my opinions on it, what I've heard about it, and so on and so forth. So it's funny, like all it is me with my one tripod, and I'm I just bought a new camera too. I use my iPhone, but I just bought a cool Canon camera. See if I can open this puppy up so you guys can see it. But Anyway, like I just showed the books itself. My face isn't in it at all. It's just me and my hands, my hairy ass, Hobbit Italian hands. And I made the comment in the very beginning. Oh yeah, man. I'm going to start ripping comic books now and showing my hands and over exaggerating and hitting things with my hands and acting like I'm a comic skater. But anyway, just screwing around. Anyway, so yeah, it's a Canon. It's a nice one, It's a cool camera, and of course it's got video on it, so that's cool. I got to get one of the microphones up top for it, and then now that I have this, I'm probably gonna have to get one or two lighting rigs. You know what I'm saying, for the sake of conversation. But yes, I definitely have to get a cool microphone for on top of it, directional, and then I'll be golden, good for doing interviews and all that. So, oof. But I was going to use that, but I forgot to get a freaking memory card for it. It's a little SD card for it. So I'm like, duh, you idiot. So I couldn't use that, so I was stuck using my iPhone again. So, oh well. Okay, jumped a lot. Let's see who I missed. Please don't quit. You always do a great job. Always enjoy the show. Thank you, Chewy. No, I'm good. Every so often, you have your highs, you have your lows. That's all it is. Cyclops has a beard in previews for X-Men 11. Sean, I hate to break this to you, bud. I'm Cyclops. In real life, I don't actually need the visor. Just, like, got the beard, the long hair. Nobody expects it. And then just, somebody says something stupid. I'm just like, oh, that's really cute. And I just blast him with a concussive beam, ruby beam. Once in a while, I'll put on my ruby quartz lenses. Red Black Cane, what's going on, man? Calloy's Comics, Lynch. That's right, Becky Lynch. She is the man, and she's freaking awesome. I'm madly in love with her. Prez Vexter, looking to buy a good omnibus for Christmas that I can just jump on. Any suggestions, anyone? Good omnibus? Shoot, well, actually, yeah, there's a whole bunch coming out that I looked at in the previews. So you get one that's already out, or just grab that. I don't know. You know what? I don't know about an individual omnibus, but if you can find something on Captain Marvel, that would actually be useful, because actually either Captain Marvel, because both their movies are coming out soon. So there's that. Otherwise, Aquaman. I think that after this movie comes out, Aquaman would be a really good choice. You know what I'm saying? So get on the ground floor. Calloy's Comics. What's going on, man? How you doing? Comic fan. Good to see you. What's up, dude? Corey Irwin. Grant Morrison's Batman run has been compiled. Hope that helps. Good point. Good point. Whoa, jumping. I collect the previews. Nice new camera. Thank you. Reggie Simmons. Do people actually collect those previews mags? I don't collect them, but I grab them because they always get a whole bunch of them in. So, I grab them just to look at what's coming out new. It's the new solicits and everything like that. It tells you what's coming up. Tells you what might be canceled. I actually reached out to Miss Gail Simone, because Sean noticed that, I never thanked you for that, thank you. Sean s.h.i.e.l.d. noticed that her issue number 11, I think it is, of Domino isn't on the February solicits. It's like, dude, what's happening with that? Don't tell me the freaking comic book got canceled. That's not acceptable. So I reached out. I didn't do a private message. She probably would have responded to that, but then I already did a public message. I'm like, I'm not going to do a private message also. So I get embarrassed, bothering people on Twitter. I hate when I get bothered when somebody tags me constantly for stuff. That's annoying. I've had to tell a couple people privately, dude, please don't keep tagging me on stuff. This video has nothing to do with me. If you're advertising your own video, I'll see it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. Yeah, please don't tag me and stuff like that, because it's hard enough to pay attention to all the other things that I get throughout the course of the day. Anyway, Ross Keller, Random Talking Comics Podcast. Nice! What's up, Professor Grooves from North Carolina? You know what? That's actually a good one there. North Carolina. What do you call it? Mostly good people there. Mostly good people. So, curiosity. Can everybody throw where you're from in the comments? Because I am actually curious. So right now, hit it. Let me know where you're from, and I'll read it off so everybody can know. And I know that Nerdarchy used to do that all the time, and everybody went crazy for that. Like, did I miss the roll call? So we could do that. You know what I'm saying? We'll call it attendance. We'll call it the attendance list. How about that for keeping with the university, the school theme? So taking attendance now. Where's everybody from? What do you call? And yeah, Ross, I do this every Saturday at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just because, you know, I'm always getting on, I'm always talking at you guys, I actually want an opportunity to hear from you guys also. So, yeah, I try to make myself available that way. Let's see, what else? I collect the DC Nations that they just canceled. Whoa, JD. You're telling me, JDD. You're telling me they freaking canceled DC Nations? What kind of crap is that? Yo, I'm being serious. This is serious talk right now. They need to hire somebody, I'm available, to take over that freaking DC Nations comic book. I will happily take it over. I will be in charge of interviews. I will get the coolest freaking interviews going, the coolest topics of discussion, put in some cool previews in there. I'll get people to write short stories in there, you know what I'm saying, and get some quick, you know, whatevers. Like, dude, I will make that thing must have. I'll make it so people are willing to pay money for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the heck does something that awesome get canceled? I loved DC Nations. Went up to like, what, 7 issues? Is there going to be an issue 8? Man, that bugs me. Anyway, Chef Marcos, what's up? Remember Kaizama? She's going to be on G.I. Joe. I'm not kidding. She tweeted a drawing to prove it, and it's effing boss. I don't remember Kaizama. Sebastian. Yes, from the Transformers. Yes. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. Damn. That you can, you know, share with me on Twitter. You know, I'll take a look at that. Shoot. Sports Collector 3, what do you think about the cancellation of Daredevil on Netflix? You know what? That's a really good point on there. And Caleb, what's up, dude? So, and I'll get to a whole bunch of other people. So, yeah, man, they're canceling Daredevil on Netflix. So right now, all they got is Jessica Jones, they've got the Punisher, and they've got the Defenders. So they technically still have Daredevil as a part of there, you know? Marvel went and tweeted out yesterday, I think it was, that Daredevil will be back. He's not over. Look, Daredevil, Charlie Cox, the whole crew, all right? I'm talking that entire cast and crew. Everybody. If Daredevil, if all these things truly do get, like if Defenders gets canceled, that means Daredevil is genuinely gone, all right? That happens. That's all gravy, baby. That doesn't mean anything. The DC streaming service is doing well. You're going to tell me that it's not a Marvel streaming app, it's the Disney streaming app. You're going to tell me that the Disney streaming app isn't going to come flying out, get 1 million subs in that first week? If they don't get 1 million subs in the first week, I promise you it'll be in the second week. We're talking Disney. All that content they're going to have, plus Marvel. Dude, you know what? If Netflix really wants to cancel all that stuff, that's on them. They're the losers on that one. They got the Millarverse right now. They want to put all their eggs in that basket. They will make money off of that, I promise you. But, nah, man, we're good. Like, Daredevil is absolutely going to come back at you. I almost said Nick Cage. No, the guy who got his name from, Luke Cage. Luke Cage is definitely coming back. All those are coming back. They'll be back on the Marvel streaming app. There is zero doubt in my mind that Disney Plus, they're calling it. Zero doubt in my mind. So I saw that they discontinued, or they canceled Iron Fist. I'm like, yeah, I expected that. They got rid of Luke Cage. I'm like, what? Like, you know what? They're going to get rid of Daredevil too. I bet you that happens. As soon as I saw that they submitted their season 4 material, I was like, watch. They're probably going to get, and I wasn't positive. I'm just guessing. That's all it was. But yeah, I was right. You know, like in my head, I was right. So it's like, all right, cool, baby, cool. You want to cancel that? You go right on ahead and cancel that. Looking forward to seeing what happens in the future, because I promise you that Disney's going to pick that up. That Disney Plus app, they're going to pick that up, and ain't nobody going to be kicking themselves but Netflix. Netflix is awesome, dude, but it's about time that we started sharing some of that streaming service, you know? So, if Nick Gray is Jesus now, Sean says, what is that? Does that make Cyclops God? In the minds of many, yes. N6DR Gaming just finished with Death of Daredevil. It was great. Yeah, it really was. And it makes so much more sense now that it is what it is. Now, you know, that last issue came out. That's also something I don't want to sit here and say, like, oh, I knew that was going to be the case. Nope, I didn't know it was going to be, but I guessed. I'm like, I have a feeling. And if you saw my reviews, you know what I'm talking about. Like I was saying, it's like, I have a feeling this is going to be a dream. So, yeah. Okay, a lot of this jumped. I'm sorry, I'm going to miss a lot of people. I see Paula is here. Yeto is suggesting somebody catch up on Drowned Earth. Drowned Earth was amazing. Bitter Taste, what's going on? Oh, wait, no, you're Nigel. Shut up, man. I know you. What do you think is going to happen to Rachel Gray in Extermination? Nothing better happened to Rachel Gray in Extermination. She goes back to being called Prestige at the worst, I'm imagining. Better not be something happening. She hasn't been mentioned or appearing in anything set after the event. At the same time, no one seems to be mourning her. Just watch it, all right? Watch it. She's going to be fine. Don't. Just don't. Dick Fillmore is here. What's up? JD, Morrison's Batman. Cyclops grew his beard because he reads Amazing Beard. He saw Reed's Amazing Beard. Reed does have an amazing beard, dude. William Dublin's up. Good night, man. What do you think about the Hulkverine series coming out? I know that my buddy, Ario Anandito, is on it. And anything that he's on, anything that he's drawing, and he inks too, anything that he's penciling and inking, dude, I'm going to read the comic book regardless. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's, I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read it because, heck yeah. Like, I love his work. I'm going to support the heck out of him. As far as... unless there's a really good story there, I feel it's too early for that. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see him go against the regular Hulk. I'd like to see him go against Wolverine. I'd like to see a couple of these little things here and there, but just seeing him cross over with Captain America was enough for me. That was great. I loved that. Yeah, I don't know where they're going to go with this story. I hope it's not just, you know, too much too soon and just So we'll see. Is it Rachel Gray or Rachel Summers? Technically, she changed her name to Rachel Gray. She took her mother's maiden name. It's a funny thing, man. You know, a lot of people do that nowadays. Like my wife kept her maiden name when we got married, and I actually recommended it because I'm just like, you know, what's the point? You're not changing your identity, you're not changing who you are. I mean, if you want my last name, sure, but you know. It's not the biggest thing in the world. It's just a last name. They come and go. But it has been a thing lately that a lot of women are keeping their last names, and a lot of women who are single mothers are actually giving their children their name. So they're actually getting the mother's name. So that's actually, you know, I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. It breaks from a tradition, but that's what traditions are made for, to be broken, as far as I'm concerned. So... much like if you've ever watched Law and Order, any of the versions of Law and Order, they've always had this thing where as soon as a new law is introduced, they're going to discuss it in the TV adaptation. You know what I'm saying? They're going to give it a TV adaptation. So when all of a sudden they said, okay, New York now recognizes that men are capable of being raped. You know what I'm saying? Before that, it used to be considered that men, there's no way, how can you rape a man? It's either willing or it's not willing. Think about it, right? It was always that common sense kind of law. But men can be raped, and finally the law acknowledged that. So immediately, the writers, Dick Wolf was the writer, he got on that right away, and he made a story about a man who got raped against, you know, he's very much against his will. And it was actually a really good story. I still remember that one. But there was a whole bunch of instances like that where here's a new law that gets passed, so hey, let's talk about it. So comic books, I mean, way more than Law and Order, comic books have always had their thumb pressed firmly against the pulse of society. You know what I'm saying? So a new trend happens, comic books are going to talk about it. A new law gets passed, comic books are going to discuss it. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be in story format. And if you're observant, you'll notice, oh, that's why they're doing that. You know, school shootings are a huge thing. They're going to write about school shootings. Drugs are a big thing. Let's talk about drugs. Just recently, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, they talked about cigarettes, you know? Happens. That's what happens in the comics. So, likewise, a lot of women are giving their children their maiden name. So I think that's the reason why the Rachel Gray, I think there was another character who that happened with also. I can't remember. But anyway, that I'm positive that's the reason why. Without having any insider information, I'm positive that's what's up. That was Guggenheim who actually did that. Did you read the DC Nuclear Special? No, I did not buy it. I didn't feel like paying $10 for it. If enough people tell me it was really good, I'll buy it. I'll do a review for it, and I'll check it out. So what do we got here? Wanted to ask if you think Superman's solar flare is cool. Me, I do. Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's one of those things where it's like the best part about it is that he gets weakened afterwards. He can only do it but so many times. He can actually lose his powers forever if he uses it too much. Just like, burning out a battery. I love that idea because he's always been a battery for the yellow sun radiation, right? So to me, it only makes logical sense that they would do that. I never thought of the idea, but then when somebody did and they put it down on paper, I'm like, well, of course, that makes perfect sense. So I like the idea of it. It's like, here's some ultra power that you can release, but if you use it too often or, not sparingly, you're probably going to be getting your butt kicked, you're going to be weakened. So, okay, here we go. Here we go with the attendance sheet, the attendance roster. So, right away, Kicks from Australia. Okay, interesting, because so is Raven. So, that I'm wondering which part of Australia you're from. Wisconsin for JD. Reggie Simmons, Chicago, Chi-Town. N6DR Gaming, New Jersey. I'm from Asbury Park. I've been all over New Jersey, been all over the country, but I'm actually from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Sports Collector 3, Nevada. Let's see. Caleb, Nate Gray, the new Jesus is the one who captured Apocalypse, right? Okay, let's go back up. Chewy 13, Philadelphia. Paula, she's from St. Louis, Missouri. Man, Fort Leonard Wood. Fort Leonard Wood. Bitter Taste, Baltimore, Maryland. I'm planning on writing a comic book about a kid who's going to but anyway, he's going to get superpowers. And I wanted to write him from Asbury Park, New Jersey, my hometown. But Asbury's not particularly fun. So I thought to myself, you know what? I've driven through Baltimore plenty of times. And they have a very similar crime rate, but Baltimore is such a much more beautiful city. The huge buildings, and it's also right next to a harbor. So, it's right off of the ocean also. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to call it anything. I'm going to call it, some fantastic name or something like that. But it's going to be the flavor of Asbury Park, but the look of Baltimore. Sorry, I always throw things in. And then Comic Fan, also from Jersey. Dick, that won't happen. Franklin is too young. Let's see. The Pizzazzer, Detroit Rock City. Sweet. William Dublin from the Caribbean, specifically St. Vincent and excuse me, and the Grenadines. Cool. Sean lives in Texas, Houston, specifically if I remember correctly. Chef Marcos, East Bay of the San Francisco, yay, area. Instead of San Francisco Bay, I dig that. All right, cool. Comic Shred, Windness, England, mate. Should I say mate? No, that's more Australian. Okay, I'm sorry. My accents suck. Just let it be known, my accents have always sucked. In my head, they sound great. In reality, no, I know they suck. Calloy's Comics. Carnage will be on the hunt soon. Wonder if he'll be searching the former dead hosts. I'm from Bronx, New York. Yes, he will be, according to Donny Cates, and it's going to be freaking epic, also according to Donny Cates. Sean, the reason why Nate kidnapped Apocalypse is because he wants to be reminded of what hell is. Yeto, according to the recent Venom issue, symbiote codexes can be received from dead bodies, so Carnage will be looking for everyone, correct? Dick. Okay, you guys just talking to each other. Cooper Grift. Hey, man. What's going on, dude? I've known Nate is extremely powerful. Let's see. It has coloring tutorials. DC Nation was cool. Yes, I did like the coloring tutorials. I like all the tutorials. Legion technically created Nate since he made Age of Apocalypse. Good point. Still bitter about Scorn, though. She had potential. I have one problem with Brian Michael Bendis taking on both Superman books. He cut them down to once a month each. They used to be 2 a month. Why not just take... Are you sure they're only 2 a month? Or are you sure they're not still 2 a month each? Because I'm pretty sure they are. I could be wrong. I thought they were still... Maybe that's changing soon. Sorry, but I don't have a Twitter account. That's okay. Let's see. I doubt Disney will have Daredevil on their service. Maybe, because there are parental controls on... Somebody said that before, and I forgot. I was going to mention. I forgot to. Thank you for reminding me, William. Daredevil. Netflix has parental controls, so you can have a child's account. You know, I've got a children's account for my kids. You know what I'm saying? So they can watch all of their little Magic Tree House and the whatever it is that they're... I can't remember all the names. I watched the shows with them, but I don't remember the freaking names of them because they're all insane names. But yeah, so I'm sure they could do the exact same thing with the Disney streaming service, Disney Plus. Netflix owns those show licenses. Netflix does not own... Well, that's the thing. You're saying owns a license, Reggie Smith. Licenses are for rent. Licenses are for lease. They have to be renewed. And if the other person gives the option or doesn't give the option to renew, you're on your own. You know what I'm saying? So they were only supposed to be until... I can't remember when. Was it the end of 2019 or not? I honestly can't... I think it was supposed to be they had them until the end of 2019. I don't think they had them till 2020. You could actually look it up because I saw it on the internet also. So both of our knowledge is coming from the same general source. But yeah, I do know that they were only meant to go to a certain level. That's why they just started kind of throwing them out really quick. They wanted to get as much in as they possibly could. So at this point, I don't know if Marvel will buy, if Disney will buy those because those particular ones do belong to Netflix at this point. But future writings, future episodes, Netflix doesn't own them, and especially if they cancel them, that means they gave up the rights to it. That's just like with Sony, with what do you call it, the Spider-Man properties. As long as they keep on making something with Spider-Man every so often, I think it's every 7 years, they have the opportunity, but it's got to be 5 years if it's a reboot, whatever it is. Then they maintain the license there. That's for them. But if they were to ever cancel or just give up the rights or sell the rights back to Marvel, done. And by Marvel, I mean Disney, of course. So I know that Netflix doesn't own the characters. They only have the license rights right now. But again, once you say I canceled, you gave them up. That's it. They're done. That's the way business works. Caleb Latiga, this service will be PG-13, no R-rated stuff. That's what they're saying now. Things change. Gotham just filmed their final Bruce and Alfred scene. Oh, wow. What's going on up here? Oh, crap. Everything just freaking jumped. Oh, for crying out loud. Literally, everything just jumped. Sean is saying... Okay, I'm just going to go from here. Sean is saying that Nuclear Special is good. I like this. Super Flare. Okay, we're talking about that again. Ghost World. What's going on, man? I love it when they come up with ideas that you never thought of, but when you think it, it's like, oh, shoot. Yeah, duh. That makes sense. You're from Sydney, Australia, Kick. 6. Awesome. Oh, Ghost World, Union, New Jersey. There you go. Union County? I don't know if there's a city union. I don't remember if there's a city union. I don't know. It's been forever since I've been there. So, New Jersey, for being as small as it is, surprisingly has a lot packed into it. Let's see. Talking to Yeto, Batman 666 was in Nuclear Special. That's true. That's true. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Oregon, best cannabis in the U.S. Interesting. What the hell, Bishop? Tim Mugen. Oh yeah, Rantor Timusian, Brooklyn in the house. Raven, there he goes. Outback, NSW, same state as X6. There you go, sweet. Let's see. I'm a character from Asbury Park. You got to name him Springsteen. Nice, right? What about John Bon? John Bon Jovi. Let's see. Rip Hunter. You know what? I like the name Diamond Dallas Page. You know, saying like that guy is awesome. He's from Point Pleasant. You know, right down the street from where I'm from. So I can name him Dallas. I'd be down with that. So, or at least give him a cowboy hat, and you know, there's the reference. What do you think of Superman when he visits cancer patients that are children? I think that Superman is probably the most iconic superhero ever. More so even, dare I say it, than Captain America. And he should be doing stuff like that. He absolutely should be doing stuff like that. Gentle Lover came in slower. Return of Wolverine 3 was pretty sweet, Caleb says. The whole different personalities of Wolverine. Yeah. The ties to the Hot Claws, I knew that it had to have something to do, his Hot Claws, with the Berserker state. I knew it had to, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's just his internal thermal energy, and afterwards maybe like if they show that he's really cold afterwards for a little while, something. But yeah, I love the idea of the all the different keys in his head, the different jail cells in his head, and he's got to unlock what he wants. I love that. That is such great writing right there. Will you get the X-Men Christmas special? Yeah, I'll probably get that. There's a whole bunch of new material in there, a whole bunch of people I like, so I'll probably check that out. Comic Sam 18, hello, Professor, raining here in Tennessee. You're in Tennessee, sweet. I dated a girl for 4.5 years who was from Tennessee. Irish girl from Tennessee, in fact. Victor, what's going on, Victor? Victor's from Niagara Falls. We're doing like a Nerderkey style roll call in here. I'm calling it the attendance sheet. Chewy13. Hey, Bill, what's your absolute favorite read right now? Ah, jeez. My favorite read was Mr. Miracle, but it just went over. So I don't know. I don't know what my favorite read is. Venom and Immortal Hulk are probably at the top of my list. Yeah, I'm probably just going to say that for now. Deadpool versus the Tick. Mark Guerrero, man. Deadpool versus the Tick. That's a hard one, dude. But you figure, yeah, probably the Tick. Then again, I'd be pretty interested to see how Deadpool actually gets to hurt the Tick. You know he's got it at some point. Ran tour with the last Daredevil issue. What happened in the end? Was this happened in issue 608? Not sure what you mean by that, but it was all just something that he was dreaming up on his deathbed, but he's not actually going to be dead. The rumors were that Jeff John was pissed with the New Age of Heroes, took away artists he wanted for him and Bendis. Wow, that's actually pretty funny. That's actually really funny. Sure do hope he wasn't talking about, what's his face, Junior. What the hell's his name? Oh, for crying out loud. I try to put him out of my mind so often. Father was a great artist, and he was a really good artist too, but then he decided to go weak. Anyway, he was writing, what's his name? What's her name? Silencer, for those first 5-6 issues or so, whatever. And the book just wasn't doing well. I wasn't enjoying it. It was hard to like the book because the art was just so lousy. But then he fell off the book and somebody else jumped on like, oh my god, this is drawn so well. This is like one of the best books out there. I loved it. So there's that. Nick Spencer writes a great Jarvis. He really does. He really does write a great Jarvis, Sean. Yeto, I do agree that Gentle needs more time to develop. Whole lot. Def Rocker, there is a Union, New Jersey. Oh, so there's actual city, Union. Okay, good to know. I know there's Union County. So let's see. Calloy's comics in the Venom movie. Eddie's in the Venom movie says, Eddie, you have a tumor. Yeah, I don't know. I saw the movie. It was all right. I don't even think I did a review on it because it was just all right. I didn't have anything great to say about it. Suan, howdy, Bill and lovely students. What's up, Suan? Let's see. Sebastian Orduz. I don't live in the U.S., so don't get me involved, please. Okay. Just came back from watching Creed 2. Oh my god. Not as good as the first one. Really? Good send-off to the Rocky character. Sweet. Sweet. Digging on it. Yeah, wow. You know, I'm wondering if in the next Creed movie, like Creed 3, Rocky's probably going to have to die, right? Like, at some point, he's going to have to die. Mickey died in Rocky 3, so I guess it would only make sense if Rocky died in Creed 3, right? Let's see. Glob, you need to be the head therapist. Okay. Glob needs to be the head therapist. Oh, they're going to... I see what you're saying. Oh, because Caleb, what he's saying. Let's see. Yeto guy has weathered all these problems and came out for more. He's more positive than any X-Men character. How's the class today? So far, so good. Glad to have all the hall monitors here. Yeto, he is the most calm and collective of the kids. You guys are talking back and forth to each other. What's going on here? Somebody just said they're from Cleveland, and I missed it. Cleveland Heights, Ohio. What's going on, Corey? How you doing? Let's see. Mutant Mingle. the app Mutant Mingle. That was just so bad. So bad. I loved it. Invaders versus the Freedom Fighters. I was just talking to Mark Guerrero recently about, I don't know who the Freedom... Oh, you're going to see it at 3 o'clock in the morning, my take on the previews books that are out. I don't really know too much about the Freedom Fighters, so I probably have to go with the Invaders. I mean, you got Namor on that team. That dude's just pure beast mode every single time. Rocky prequel idea equals Mickey. You know what? That wouldn't be a bad one. I would watch that. Mickey was great. When they showed him in Rocky 5, that was the best part of that whole... Like, I cried. I don't think I could watch Rocky 5 right now without crying during that part. Get up and win this one for Mickey, for old Mickey or whatever it was. Like, that was just such a great line, man. Wow. So, Rocky's gonna become Starhawk? Yeah. Another time where Sylvester Stallone takes off the helmet of an iconic character and never puts it back on. Unbelievable. Suan, in Montreal for my vacation, Bill. Oh, sad that Daredevil was canceled. I talked about that earlier, and yeah, I gave my opinion on there. Pope Cerberus the First, hey Professor Dog ate my homework. We don't have homework in Comic Book University, so now I know you're fibbing. Man, in Montreal, sweet. Yeah, I hung out in Montreal once. I actually want to go and hang out, like really hang out in Montreal once. I only hung out for like a day. I remember there was the one part where I was at where they're like, no English, go. Like that. They didn't want to talk to me because I only knew English, or, you know, the only language that we both shared was English. I'm like, come on, dude, what language you want to talk in? What, only French? They said only French? I got a whole plethora of languages we could talk in. You only want to do French. Languageist. So, let's see, Jessica Cruz, though, in Odyssey, taking charge. She really is, and I'm liking her personality. I'm digging on that. Sebastian, Transformers Hysteria, the name says it. Hits shelves this month. Can you check it out? Yeah, if it's a new one, I'll probably check that out. Really quick, let me talk about that for a moment. I have two spotlights on stories in the wings that are I filmed them, but I didn't edit them, and I gotta throw in all the pictures for them. One of them is Transformers versus Avengers, which was not a great 4-issue miniseries. The other one is actually the first original 4 issues of the oh, I hate that. Isn't this just the worst? Oops. Isn't that just the worst when what's her name? Cortana, whatever the hell her name is. Look at it. She's actually typing out every single thing that I say. Like, I hate the idea these things are always listening. How unacceptable is that? Hey, Cortana, or Siri, whatever the heck your name is, drop dead. How about that? How about that? Dropped dead. Nah, it doesn't quite. Nope, still says how about that. That's not what I said. I didn't say how about that. I said how about that. Anyway, so, right? So, this one is the iPhone. That's Siri, right? So, yeah, Cortana's on my computer. I hate them both. So, anyway, I'm probably going to put those out at some point or another, but here's the deal. Not a whole lot of people are looking at those. Quite a few people looked at the Eternals one, go figure, but not enough people are looking at those to make it worth my while. So I'm going to probably put out those two and then leave it at that. I've got also the Marvel things that I do. I'm probably not going to continue those just because they're so hard to do. I might do like, a couple more and finish out the magic stuff that I do. Most of you guys have no idea what I'm talking about because nobody actually looks at it, but it is what it is. But I'm probably going to finish that out, and then I'm not going to do any more of those for a long time, if at all. I might not revisit those. But as it stands, I've got more Marvel, the Marvel Superheroes Advanced Role-Playing Game System stuff on the records than anybody else on the internet right now. So I am Mr. Face Rip at this point. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's got as much stuff out there that I've got. Right? Siri, chill out. So I'm probably going to stop the Marvel Face Rip game stuff. I'm probably going to stop until I can actually get a game going. I'm probably going to stop doing the spotlights and stories, and I'm still looking at the 10 things about the old explained in a minute things. I went from twice a week down to once a week, and I might consider just stopping that all in all. I've still got Dark Side, 10 things about Dark Side, and the backburn. Like it's done. I could just upload it this Tuesday if I wanted to, and I might. But like I wanted to do Blue Devil. I want to do a whole bunch of different characters. I'm just like, you know what? I just really don't have the motivation to do those anymore. So I may continue with the 10 things about, but the other ones I'm probably just going to stop on because it's way too much to do all that stuff. Yeah, I'm going to try and take a step back from those so that I can continue reviewing so many comic books as I do. And then, and I'm still going to do the podcast. The podcast, yeah, like that's the only actual access that we have with each other. So I'm going to keep doing that. And I'm going to try and do a couple of new things here and there, but mostly I think I'm actually going to start trying to work on writing and getting out my own RPG, my own superhero RPG that I've been wanting to put out for the past year or so. I think I'm going to start working on that. And I also have a couple of written works that I want to get onto. So that's the reason why I'm stopping some of this other stuff. Manifold's 10 things about me. That's a good point. I did promise Manifold. Damn it. All right, I'll probably still do Manifold. We'll see, Def Rocker. All right, but anyway, yeah. So there's all those. Yeah, see, there's still characters like Glob I would like to do, but there are other people who only do those, and they do it. Sometimes they do a good. It's funny. I just did Pitt, 10 things about Pitt, recently, and there's only one other person who has stuff up about Pitt, maybe two, but I could see they're all just copying off of the Wikipedia pages and stuff like that, and they don't actually know what they're talking about. I don't think they ever actually read those comic books, because some of the things they say in there, it's a repeat off of the Wikipedia page and whatever other pages they've got up there, but the Wikipedia pages are wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like they say that, he was kidnapped. They don't point out that he's actually got a twin brother and a couple of half brothers. They don't point that out. They just say, similar genetic material was... No. They took an actual fetus of a twin and made it, and then added more DNA to that to make it. And I explained that in the comic book, and actually in the video, and I actually showed the page. But I'm just weirded out that some people, they're just looking at other people's stuff. John Romita Jr., thank you. Thank you, Corey Irwin. I was waiting for that one. So, yeah, it just, I don't know. It bothers me that there's so many people who don't have anything up. Yes, segment. Good point. So anyway, so much misinformation. Yeah, Yeto, I believe you. So many people who just, like, that's the thing that kills me about it. There's people who are doing these things, but it's like, I think to myself, okay, there's a lot of people doing the, what do you call it? The explained videos, explaining this character and that character. And I never would have started doing it if I didn't think I could do it better. Do I do it better? That's a matter of opinion. But in my opinion, my humble opinion, yes, I believe I do it better because I just give the basics of the information. I give enough for people to have the, who created the character, how was the character originally intended, how is the character being used in general sense, and where can I find out more about the character? Bang, like that. That's all I'm interested in doing. I try to explain in about a minute. Usually winds up being about 2 to 2.5 minutes. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. It hurts to see that people just copying off of other people's stuff when those people got it wrong in the first place. So everybody's got it wrong from that point. That's just so unacceptable. Read a comic book. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do a video about a character, read the comic book, for crying out loud. It's so ridiculous. Okay, so let's go through and see what was done here. Bow. Okay, for the podcast tonight, yes, this is actually a big thing. Which character is this? Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 1 variant. We've got the death of Thanos. And in issue number 2 of Donny Cates' Guardians of the Galaxy, we've got the next one. Who is going to be the new Thanos? That's interesting. So they're indicating that Thanos is something of a cosmic entity. You know what I'm saying? He's got to be replaced. If there is no, like when when Eon when Eon got himself dead, when he died, Epoch came along to take over for him. You know, that was actually really interesting. Okay, Young Justice. I guess this is Young Justice issue number 1. This looks good. This is probably going to be a great comic book. I love the way it's being drawn and everything. That is sweet. Jonah Hex's daughter is going to be in there. How sick is that? Amazing Spider-Man variant for the Marvel 80th. That's cool. And you got some of the Gunhawks down there and whatnot. I'm digging on that. Impulse is in it too. Yes, good point, Yeto. Really excellent point. So, what is this? Namor variant for Defenders. This is the Scotty Young variant, obviously. That's awesome. That's awesome. And yes, this is the original Defenders, not the Netflix Avengers. Oh, and a Batman variant, Professor Pig. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. And I did 10 things about Professor Pig, explained in a minute. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I'm gonna cut back on some of the things that aren't getting a lot of views, just because it is a lot of work that I'm doing for the sake of. Oh, I did Mantis explained in a minute. I did that. Eternals versus the New Gods. Yeah, that's a rough one, because as long as Apocalypse is on that, Apocalypse and Highfather's on that team, Zeros ain't taking those guys down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have to go with the New Gods. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to cut down on a bunch of the things that I'm doing and just focus mostly on comic book reviews, because they are easy to do. I get the comic book, I read the comic book, I review the comic book, I do a really quick edit, and I throw the thing up. You know what I'm saying? So that's just making my life a little bit easier to do that. Because, yeah, I am actually working on my MBA at this point. I'm doing really well in my course. I'm actually top of my course. I hate to say it, but a bunch of people actually dropped out, and some of the people are telling me it's because they don't think they have a good grasp on it, because they see the way that I'm doing it. That doesn't make me feel good for them, but I can't help but to feel a little bit cocky. You know what I'm saying? Oops, sorry. Got to give the quick little bang. Yeah, should have done that for the segment. So, yeah, anyway, I'm working on my MBA right now, and what do you call it? I'm still working in the mornings and all that stuff. And, yeah, I just don't see this particular, I don't know if, maybe one of these days Comic Book University can be like a sole source of income. But right now it's not even close to that. So I do have to still work. I still have to do a bunch of things, is what it is. And no, I don't take Patreon or anything like that. So, realistically, just watching, especially with it's December right now, aren't all the coolest freaking trailers out there right now, and the toy commercials? So realistically, so you want to support Comic Book University, which is always going to be tuition free, watch the commercials. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And I don't put them throughout my videos. I just have them in the beginning. So that's literally all I can ask of you guys. After that, yeah, I'm going to try and do some more things in the future. I do still have some really cool plans in the future for Comic Book University, but it's going to take a while to get to those, especially since I got to sink other money into that. So we'll see. Also, Gotham Central Comics and Collectibles actually wants me to start doing a weekly segment for that. I think it's going to be weekly, where I just get on, I just start hanging out and talking to peeps. You know what I'm saying? So that could actually be fun too. They're going to do that on their own channel. So I would jump over and host that. Dora73, this is off subject, but do you remember the sci-fi show called Who Wants to Be a Superhero, hosted by Stan Lee? Yes, I do. And was it Who Wants to Be a Superhero? Or was it real life superheroes? Can't remember. Was there one where people actually vied to become a superhero? I don't remember that. But anyway, Yeto, it's going on 30 viewers, but only 13 likes. Oh, you know, the viewership goes up and down, and the norm for YouTube is that you expect there to be 10% of the views should be in likes. So if there's more likes than there are views, it means enough people like them. You know what I'm saying? It's a better than average podcast or whatever to people. So it is what it is. Anyway, Shazam versus Captain Marvel. That's actually a good point. You know, which Captain Marvel? Because if it's Monica Rambeau, Monica Rambeau owns it. I don't know how anybody could beat Monica Rambeau realistically. Like, well, I guess Carol Danvers could beat Monica Rambeau, you know? Aside from that, though, no. She's way too powerful, man. Anyway, if you want extra cool things from Santa, then you watch all the commercials. Yes, do that. Thank you, Suan. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it. I see the viewer rate is dropping off, so it is what it is. I'm going to go eat the rest of my shawarma and chill. I'm going to do it and try and hide my beard like this, like Chris Evans did in the after credits scene for the original Avengers movie. And yeah, man, yeah, I'm going to do that. But anyway, okay, so I'm out. All right, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Thanks for showing up, guys. Class dismissed.